Namaste. Isha Upanishad. We'll continue with that. We looked at, I think, 14 shlokas. So, next shloka of Isha Upanishad. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham tatvam pushanna pravruno satya dharmaya drashtaye. The literal meaning is the face of truth is covered by a golden leaf or cover or utensil. Unveil it, O Pushan, the son of the sun god, so I can behold the law of eternal truth. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham tatvam pushanna pavrunu satya dharmaya drashtaye. So here Rishi says that the truth is covered with Hiranmayena patrena. Hiranmaya patra is golden cover or golden leaf or something that covers, that has golden complexion, or it has bright light that resembles it is coming from gold. So if we look at sun, we cannot see what sun is with our own eyes. We need some special instruments. The modern science invented special telescopes. But when we try to look at, even with the filters, what we see is golden complexion or yellowish, orange kind of color, saffron color. So when we look at the sun, the bright light that emanates from the sun is what we see. So it's like covering the sun. The actual sun we cannot perceive. Only a modern instrument can tell us. Even that is not adequate. It can only look at the surface, or it can only tell us that it is the surface and the surface looks like this. But what is enveloping? It's bright light, and that light is like gold. And what we see is only that bright light. So Satya, we have this metaphor that Satya, sun, is enveloped by this golden cover or golden leaf or golden utensil. Hiranmayena patrena Satya. Here Satya is sun. Now if we take it further, when we look at what our modern physics has found at the center of our galaxy, Akashganga, Mandakini, is a giant black hole. That black hole, nobody can perceive what black hole is or how it looks like. We can just imagine or we can just theorize that it is like that. But what is covering around it is the event horizon, is what we can see. And that event horizon, when we look at from at this distance, we cannot look at exactly, but some telescopes have taken pictures, and we have, I think 4-5 years ago, we have first picture of black hole. So it's like a golden light, golden hue is covering that entity, that body. So again, Satya, the black hole, what is inside, we cannot know, we cannot even perceive, we cannot even theorize. What is our understanding is very limited. So that Satya, we cannot see. It is covered by Hiranmayena patrena, the golden cover, the golden leaf. When we read experiences of some rishis, some sant, some sadhak, or some enlightened being, what they describe is what they see inside. What they see inside is bright light, the light that nobody can resemble, nobody can simulate, or nobody can describe what that light is. It is such a bright light, very bright light. But what is enveloping, what it envelopes, they still cannot describe. We call it Atma. So who has Atma Sakshatkar? This is how they describe. That there is very bright light. Even thousands of suns are inadequate, and that light covers something. So you can see these words, Hiranmayena patrena Satyasyapi hitam mukham. So at every level, we see that the Satya, the truth, the Satya is equivalent to Brahma or Satya is equivalent to Paramatma, is what Gita says. So when Rishi says Satya or Brahma or Paramatma, or even for that matter Atma, because Atma is Ansha of Paramatma. So whenever they talk about Satya, Satya is Brahma, Satya is Paramatma, Satya is Parameshwar, Satya is in a way Atma. So that is covered with Hiranmayana Patrana, bright light, which resembles golden hue. So this is kind of a hint to what an enlightened being would see when he or she tries to find the truth. And then, very important thing, Tattvam Pushanna Pavruno Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. Now, Rishi in the next part of the same mantra says that Pushan is, in a colloquial term, it's moon. Moon gets light from sun. When we look at sun, we cannot look at sun, right? It's only at the time of sunrise or sunset we can see its light. Otherwise, it's very hard without using special lenses or some special instrument. But we can look at moon anytime. So moon kind of is toning down those bright lights coming from the sun. So this is the next step. Pushan, which nourishes. So those lights coming from moon nourishes plants, and those plants eventually nourish us. So it's kind of indirectly coming from the Satya, which is sun in this case. And when we look at our self, which is Atma, light of Atma reaches Man. It kind of inspires Man. That's what you'll find in many scriptures or many descriptions, that Man resembles moon and Atma resembles sun. So light coming from sun, which is our Atma, inspires, motivates Man. How it does it, we don't know. We even don't know how our heart beats, right? Heart is beating, lung, breathing happening. We can observe, if we do certain sadhana, we can observe that, okay, breath is going in, out, but how lung functions, we don't know. How blood functions, we don't know. It just happens. When we cut our vein, we can see, okay, blood is flowing. But how it works, we don't know. How we sleep, we don't know. How our digestive system works, we don't know. We just see the result. So what inspires all these activities is mind. And Gita, I think 16th Adhyaya, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, or 13, I don't know exact number. But which talks about a tree, which is Urdhva Mool, which has Adho Shakha. So the mool, the roots, is at the top, and then all the branches emanate from that. So the root controls everything. If root is cut, tree is cut, tree dies. So our mind is like Urdhva Mool that controls all these activities. But who inspires mind? That is Atma, Paramatma in this context, and that is Satya. So Satya, the sun, Pushan, the moon, nourisher, Satya, Atma, Pushan, mind. So now Rishi prays to nourisher, the Pushan, moon. What Rishi says, now truth is covered by golden hue, the Hiranmayana Patrena. We cannot perceive. But Pushan, what you can do is prepare me to hold this truth. Prepare me to get enlightenment so that I can hold this experience. If you try to kind of grasp the idea behind this mantra, is a description of what a sadhak would experience when he or she does Atma Sakshatkar. So it's very profound knowledge in this. Now, in one context, we know Trimurti, right? Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Brahma, Sarjan Karya, creates the whole universe, the world, and Narayan, Vishnu, is nurtures, nourishes the whole universe, and Shiva destroys everything to prepare for the next. So, if we look at it, Satya is one, and the Satya is covered by Hiranmayana Partrena, and Brahma is called Hiranyagarbha. So what is inside that Hiranmayana Partrena is Brahma, we can say in one term. And if we look at our Puranas in that context, Linga Mahapurana says that Brahma takes form of Narayana, and after Sarjan Kriya, after creating this universe, kind of beholds the universe and does all the activities. And Brahma again takes form of Shiva and destroys everything for the next. So in that context, Brahma is everything. If we look at Vishnu Purana or Bhagavad, Vishnu is everything and does all the various tasks with various forms. If we look at Shiv Mahapurana, Shiv is the ultimate and takes various forms and does all. If you look at Devi Bhagavad, Shakti is everything and does all the work. So Satya is one, it cannot be more than one. But it's again covered by Hiranmayana Patrena. And we still cannot perceive that, still cannot behold. So we pray, Nourisher, Pushan, that okay, tone it down so that I can behold the truth. If somebody says, it's about Anshraddha, right? Blind faith, that Devi enters my body and does all sorts of things, or God enters in me and does all sorts of things. But such a profound, such a thing, it's beyond the thing. Can it enter somebody's body? And a person can hold that energy? It's impossible. So, Nourisher, Pushan, even whatever that God or whatever that form can do to us is make us ready for the Atma Sakshatkar, enlightenment. And that is the prayer of this mantra. In the very next prayer, again, Pushan ne karshe yama surya prajapatya vyuha rashmin samuha tejah yatte rupam kalyanatamam tatte pashyami yo asavaso purushah so ahamasmi. Literally, O Pushan, lone traveler, controller, O child of the sun, who is the lord of the people, gather your rays and focus your light, that I may behold that most wonderful form of yours, the consciousness who resides in that form. Indeed, he I am. Aham Brahmasmi. So Aham. Om Tat Sat. All these Brahma Vakyas, Brahma Sutras. Again, we start with Pushan, because Pushan, the nourisher, that can give us energy, strength to behold the truth. And then, very next is Yama. Yam is, in Puranic term, it's god of death. And Yam has Pash, Yam Pash, and holds everything. And when we look at Ashtanga Yoga, Yam is which controls our activities, whether bodily activities, mental activities, atmic activities. It's next to impossible for us to perceive. So in that term, Yama is controller. Pushan makes us ready. Yama controls that energy, controls that Satya that we can behold. And then Surya. Surya is, again, Pushan gets light from Surya. Mind gets light from Atma, our self. Like that, moon gets energy or light from sun, makes us ready. And Yam, now Yam is controller. In a sense, if you look at gravity, gravitational force, that controls all our activities, right? We cannot just go out and float in air. The controller, the Gurutvakarsan Shakti, gravity, beholds us. It controls our activities. When that action, when that energy, that power is manifold, we die instantaneously, like black hole. Or even if we go to the Jupiter, no, and on Jupiter we cannot even walk because the gravity is so profound there. So in a term, that may represent Yama, controller. Prajapatya. Prajapatya is creator. So why creator? Because what we are is physical level. We got genetics from our parents, our ancestors. We eat, we do some activities in the world, we study, we get so much things physically, mentally. First, make us ready, control everything, and now be ready for the next surgeon, be ready for the next level, be ready for the next experience. So for that, Prajapati. Prajapati creates the whole universe, right? But again, it is at the physical level, at the gross level, at subtle level. If we want to recreate ourselves, then again we need energy of Prajapati. Again we pray, Prajapati, make us ready. And Purusha. Now, Purusha has many meanings. It doesn't mean like English term man or woman. I mean, Purusha is man. It's not like that. Purihi Shayanat is Purusha. So whoever resides in this body, whoever resides in this Kshetra, Gita says Kshetrajna. So Kshetrajna is Purush. So that Purush, so Ahamasmi, because that Purush represents Paramatma. It is part of that infinite ocean, and that is Purusha. So whoever resides here, I don't know, but whoever resides here, that Satya is Hiranmayana Patrena, which is covered by golden leaf, golden utensil, or golden cover. All these forms of God. God is one, but there are different forms for different activities. So make us ready, get us to that truth. Then, Vayu Ranila Mamruta Mathedam Bhasmatam Shariram Om Krato Smarakrutam Smarakrato Smarakrutam Smara. Literally, now many life breaths merge with the immortal breath, and may this body be burned to ashes. Om, but may I remember the doing, remember the done, remember the doing, remember the done. Now this body is made up of 5 elements, Panch Mahabhuta. I forgot about the Upanishad's name, but that Upanishad says that first, when Hiranyagarbha Purusha, this Brahmanda emanated, the first thing was light. Light meaning Agni or fire, celestial Agni. That Agni, when it became Bhasma, it became Vayu. Vayu, when it became Bhasma, it became Jal. Jal, when it became Bhasma, became Prithvi. So everything comes, Bhasma in this sense is whatever its original form is, it is destroyed, and whatever is remained is called Bhasma. Bhasma does not mean just ashes. Ash is the representation that when firewood is burned, whatever is left is Bhasma. When this body is burned, whatever remains is Bhasma. Similarly, Akasha, Bhasma is, I think it's Vayu. First is Vayu, Vayu became Agni, Agni became Jal, Jal became Prithvi. So all these Bhasma, Panch Mahabhuta, this body is made up of that. And again, when this body no longer functions, it goes to ashes, its original Bhasma. And that Bhasma, when it becomes like that, I should remember whoever that is, Purusha, Atma, or whatever we name it. When this body burns, when Bhasma remains, I could still remember what happened, meaning what happened in my life. What happened during that time. When I am becoming Bhasma, what becomes at that time. Again, remember even past births or past lives. I should remember at that time. And again, I should remember what is happening now. If some people, we are all curious about Tantra, and in Tantra, the first thing done is this subtle body, the Sukshma Sharir Diksha. So our physical body, we only can perceive that. Whatever is happening at the subtle level, what is happening in mind, how these hormones and all the chemicals are happening, controlling our body, we don't know. How these heart beats, we don't know. So first thing done is Sukshma Sharir Diksha. And this mantra is very much that. So if from Guru Parampara, if we get this mantra, it becomes Sukshma Sharir Diksha. Our subtle body, our subtle kosha is prepared to give us experience. You can call it past life regression also, because at that point you remember all your lives. When you are given that diksha, Sukshma Sharir Diksha, you remember everything. And then Prajapati gives you new birth, new life. Your body remains the same, but you are no longer the same. Agne Naya Supatha Raye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yujodhyasmad Juhurana Meno Bhuishtham Te Nama Uktim Videman. Literally, O Lord of Fire, Agni, lead us on the wise, good, royal path. O Lord of the universe, O wisest of the wise, what is to be defeated in us, may it be burnt in your fire. We chant your name and offer copious salutations unto you. We talk about Vedas, that there is no God that we can perceive in Vedas. But Vedas talk about various names and their characteristics. Agni is the first. Agni Mede Purohitam. Agni is kind of a dut to all the forms of the gods. It's the first form of all the gods. God is one, but gods meaning different forms of gods. So Agni is something which takes our offering to the particular god that we are offering. And that's why the last mantra is Agni, lead us on the wise, good, royal path. Wise we can understand, good we can understand, but royal. Why royal? Because Raja, whenever there is a big crowd, not a single person can breathe. But when Raja arrives, everybody gives way. Nothing else can remain. So give us that quality in our path. Path meaning our sadhana. We must do sadhana like a Raja, like a king. Not like something, devotee, surrender everything. No, like a Raja. Do sadhana like Raja is what this mantra says. And that Raja, when Raja wants to do some work, it gets it done instantaneously. Raja doesn't have to wait for hours or in queues. So Raja gets it done right away. And why Agni? Because Agni can give us that experience in a fraction of a second. And that's why Rishi prays to Agni. We can go on this. Holy Yajurveda talks about what are different steps and tools to invoke that fire, that Agni, and get that experience. But we just do regular ritual, right? The Samhita or whatever we offer, the Ahuti into Yagni. we just look at that. But here Rishi says, whatever weakness in you, just offer. Whatever bad in you, offer. So when we offer samhita, not it's just at the physical level, some object, some aushadhi, some vanaspati, or something. At the same time, invoke this feeling in you that you are offering all your weaknesses, all your bad things, all that can be evil in you, offer that. And if you can do that, that will give you that experience instantaneously, like a king, like a Raja. And that is the last mantra of Isha Upanishad. Iti Isha Upanishad. So if you have any question on Isha Upanishad, you can ask, or you can ask me later. I hope it's not getting boring, or it's I hope you all can get the blessings of the Rishi. And if you want to discuss further anything, or we can go to the next Upanishad.
I have one question. Last
Yes.
time we spoke about this knowledge. It's not going to help. We become more ignorant, right?
Right.
But how to avoid that? We got knowledge,
Right.
but I don't want to become ignorant.
Right. So knowledge always helps. It does not say that knowledge is not going to help you, but knowledge is going to invoke that ahankar, that what Ravan became is what you are going to do, or what you are going to get. And that's what we see, right? When we look at social media, everybody talks about Vedas, everybody talks about mantra, everybody talks about sadhana and all that. I'm not sure how they can claim all that. Maybe 10% of them are real. The other 90 are just, in Gujarati we say that Suthne Gangade Gandhi. That means if you know how to use ginger, you become Vaidya. It's like that. So when you, let's say you start reading Upanishad and it creates thought process in you, then you say, oh, I know this much, I am greater than others. So that we want to avoid that. And Krishna gives us key in Gita. Surrender everything. If you study this, study for me. If you gain something out of it, give it to me. If you want to be a sadhak, if you want to do all the sadhana, everything offer to me, and I'll take care of it. Yoga kshemam vahamyam. So I'll take care of your pride, I will take care of your weaknesses, I'll take care of your evil. If we cannot do that, this last mantra has a key. Arya Samaj, I think you all know about Arya Samaj. They are very much keen on doing what is it called? There is a particular term I forgot, but it's a fire ritual. They ask us to do every day.
Yajna?
It's yagna, but I think there is a very particular term for that.
Sandhya.
Not Sandhya. Sandhya, I mean, there are 3 different times, and we do that process at these 3 times. But this mantra says that when you do that,
Kaya Pasna?
no. It's a very simple term. I'm forgetting.
That's fine.
But when you do that fire ritual, offer all your weaknesses. That includes whatever you gain through this. And if that creates ahankar in you, offer that ahankar in that fire. And that's why if we cannot do fire ritual, we just light a diya in our Mandir, and we offer that diya to God, form of God. But at the same time, offer that through this diya, all my weaknesses I am offering to you. So that will make us humble. That will make us grounded. And there is one God, Ganapati. Ganapati makes us grounded. If you want to fly high, Ganpati will say, okay, you are here. So there are different techniques.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
So I think what it says is like if we are in the ocean and we gain a knowledge, we become a bubble. The bubble is of ahankar, what you're saying. So bigger your bubble, the less you're not part of the ocean. The day everything drops, then you're a fish which is in the ocean, which is everything.
Very nicely put. Very nicely put. Yes. Very good. So that bubble, that we became bubble, right? Small bubbles, big bubbles, a bubble like Earth, but it is still a bubble. It is not the ocean. So we want to be ocean. Offer that bubble to fire, or ask Ganpati, take care of me, make me grounded. That term, it's very simple term. I'll remember.
I have three doubts.
Yeah, sure.
So the first thing is when the metaphor of Chandra was
Right.
given. So is that, and you said because the Satya is so powerful that we cannot perceive it, tone it down.
Right.
So is that Chandra then a metaphor for the toned down version that we should, that is the toned down version of the Satya, or is it that will something like how the invocation for Prajapati was that you prepare us to take the Satya? That part I didn't get.
Okay. So Pushan, in our body, truth is Atma. We want to know the truth, Atma, but it is enveloped by this bright light. That bright light prevents us from getting to know Atma. So we pray to Pushan, mind. Mind, prepare me. Because we always fight with mind. If we fight, mind is always going to win. If we surrender, hey Pushan, take care of me, the mind will take care of you and will take us to the next level, will prepare you, will nourish you to hold the truth. Now, we are ready to get that experience. But before that, whatever our mental body, whatever we have gained, this is our physical body through anna, food. Such like whatever we study, whatever we think, whatever we came across the ideas, that becomes our mental body. So we are ready to hold the truth, but unless we break our mental body, we cannot perceive truth. That means get rid of all your prejudices, get rid of all your knowledge, whatever you created idea of the universe or Satya yourself, break it. Then only you get to know the Satya. And that's why we pray to Prajapati.
The second one was when it spoke about when I become Bhasma, then not just let me remember what I have done and everything. Is that that they are saying let me remember everything that happened like at a mundane level, or is it like breaking the cycle so the realization that I get for Atma, I don't forget and break the cycle of reincarnation? Is that?
Kind of. I look at it this way. Many people have done experiments. What happens when we die? So, in a flash of a second, the whole life replays, right, in mind. That's what people say. Now, when we are becoming Bhasma, that means whatever we have gained physically, mentally, our subtle body, whatever we have gained, just burn it. But at the same time, I want to recall all my past lives so that whatever iota of weakness, iota of evil remained in me, I can burn that. I can offer to Agni. The very next mantra is about Agni. Offer my all the weaknesses.
Oh, this is talking when just before becoming Bhasma or in the next life?
At the time you are becoming Bhasma.
Okay.
At that time. Because you have to go through all whatever you did. so that you are prepared for next level.
It's at the time of becoming Bhasma, not after
Yes,
becoming.
not after, because once you become Bhasma, all gone.
Okay, and the last
Right.
one was what you were saying, that offer weakness.
Right.
Typically, I mean, for a layman,
Right.
you offer with bhakti something that is valuable.
Right.
But how will you offer your weakness to God, saying,
Right.
take it? It's a bad. You're rejecting it, right? So how do you offer it?
Okay, let me ask you. You offer bhakti. Who gave you bhakti? God, right? God gave you bhakti. It's not you. You are doing bhakti. If you think you are doing bhakti, you created that bhakti. You are wrong. That bhakti is given by God, and that's what you are doing. So whatever you are, if you think this is me or this is done by me, you are missing the point. Whoever you are, your single breath, your single cell, even your single DNA within that cell is gift of God. So you offer everything. You offer bhakti, you offer all the different gunas in you, you offer even all the evils in you. Let God take everything. What remains is Satyadev. If you say, if you offer all your good things, right? What remains your bad things? Who is going to take care of it? So you offer everything to God, whatever form of God you like. If you cannot, offer to Agni, fire. Because fire is Pratyaksha Dev. Sun, Surya is also Pratyaksha Dev, which we can perceive, which we can see. Not as a whole truth, but a perceivable truth. So we offer everything through that. And that's why Agni is called Duta for gods. The one who takes our messages to the truth. It is, see, Agni is God, but that God which we can perceive. But what is within that God, the real truth, we cannot perceive. So Agni is a medium to take everything to which we cannot perceive. And offer everything. Dvija, right? Dvija. When we are nowadays, not everybody gets that Janev, that process, Yagnopavit Sanskar. Not everybody goes through that. Or when somebody takes sannyasa, first thing they are doing is take out everything from you and offer to Ganga or offer to Agni or offer to Guru, including everything in you, good, bad, evil, right, wrong, whatever ansh of Ram in you, offer, whatever ansh of Ravana in you, offer. Then you are ready to do sannyasa. Then you are ready to become Dvija during Yagnopavit Sanskar. We usually do it at the age of 12, most probably, I'm not sure. But by that age, a child, boy or girl, is ready to understand at certain level what is happening. So before that boy or girl is ready to embrace the world, offer everything and start a new life. That is Dvija, second life. So offer everything. If you do not offer everything, whatever remains in you, it's you.
So when we offer, we still offer it with, what would you say should be our mental, do we still offer that with bhakti?
Yeah, that is also bhakti, right? God, I offer my envy in you. I offer my hatred in you. I offer my hatred to you through this fire, through this diya. So God, Yogakshemam Vahamyam, God will take care of your hatred, your dvesha, your evil, whatever in you, and will take it to the next level, sublime it to the next level. But we have forgotten this sadhana. Nobody does that.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
It's like enlightenment is lighting, right? So bringing your weaknesses to light. That is also right. Like offering is not, oh here, take my all hatred and now you become dirty. It's
Right.
you're just bringing it to light. let all my weaknesses, my laziness, my this, let it come to light.
Okay. Thanks.
That could be.
Very good. So again, that is a process mentioned in Gita, that offer your breathe in to breathe out, and offer your breathe out to breathe in. So Shwas to Uchwas and Uchwas to Shwas. That is one process. Offer Atma in Paramatma. Offer Paramatma in Atma. That is, offer, keep offering. So offer everything. And there are various steps, various tools mentioned in Gita also. And this is one of that. That bring something to light. That means you are offering to light. That means you know what your weaknesses are. Once you know, you can get rid of it. You cannot get rid of it, there is higher possibility, whatever it is, will take care of it. But that's where bhakti or faith comes into place. That when you bring it to light, when you offer, you have that faith that okay, now my yoga kshemam, it will be taken care of. So again, you can question whether that entity is outside or within. What Nitinji said, it's within, right? Paramatma resides in this Puri, in this Sharir. That's why it is called Purusha. It is Atma, but again, Atma is ansh of Paramatma. When we say a drop of ocean versus ocean, the drop of ocean is not ocean, but it still is part of ocean. So that way we have this body, there is Atma and there is Paramatma. So whatever is outside is within. Yatha Brahmanda Tatha Pinde, or Tatha Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. So everything what resides outside is within, or whatever is within, it's outside. So when you offer or when you bring to light, that is within or outside. It doesn't make any difference.
One question. So you're saying Daksh ji, right? So or Prajapati.
Prajapati.
Does it mean like somebody like Daksh, or does it mean generally what?
No, here Prajapati is a, like say when there is a bus, there is a driver. Now that driver could be anyone, but for that bus there is driver. So like that, Prajapati means which creates Praja. And what is Praja? All the yagnas. And who is yagna? All the living beings or inanimate objects. Everything is yagna. And whoever creates that, which is Hiranyagarbha Purush, which is Brahmanda or whatever you name it, and that is Prajapati in this context. So which can take us to the next, which can create the next path for us, that is Prajapati. And in Pauranik Akhyan we see Daksha Prajapati. Now there were many Prajapatis and Daksha was one of them. They talk about multiverses, right? This Brahman, that Brahman, and there are various Prajapati, various creators. They name them. So Daksh is for our universe, for our Brahman. And Daksh meaning skillful. Our Prajapati is very skillful. That's why this Brahmanda is very enjoyable. There might be other Brahmandas where Prajapati, the name can suggest what that Brahmanda could be like. I don't know the name, I forgot. But that Prajapati, say very Raudra Swarup, then that Brahmanda could be fiery, fires, and there will be life, or there are life in those Brahmandas also, but we cannot perceive. But for us, this Brahmanda is enjoyable. We can talk and enjoy. So we can just, what is the time? 50, okay. The next is Kena Upanishad. Kena Upanishad, when you think of Swami Vivekananda, the next term comes to mind is Vedanta philosophy. And he preached or he popularized Vedanta philosophy in the West especially. And then we remember Uttishtat Jagrat Prapya Varani Bodhat, which is Kathopanishad. But his principles, his Vedantic teaching, Vedanta philosophy, has roots in this Upanishad, Kena Upanishad. Now, that name Kena, there might be name, there might be like Isha. Isha has meaning. This Kena is just a question. What? What Upanishad? Meaning, it starts with a question, and that question became name of the Upanishad, Kena Upanishad. It is also known as Brahmana Upanishad or Talavakar Upanishad. Now, as I said before, every Upanishad has roots in Vedas, and this Upanishad is based on Talavakar Brahmana, and that Brahmana is based on Samaveda. So this is Samaveda Upanishad, and it talks about it. It has two parts, so to speak. It has 4 khandas, but they are divided into 2 parts. One talks about Nirguna Brahma, unmanifest. The other talks about Saguna, with form, Brahma. And there is a small story in this Upanishad. That story talks about Yaksha, because gods, it describes like a Pauranic story that many gods were discussing and they were claiming to be at the top of everything. And then a Yaksha is formed. If we look at context and many other different scriptures, Yaksha is Shiva. Yakshraj is Shiva. Shiva is called Yaksha. And in this Upanishad, whatever is described is kind of hinting towards that Yaksh, Sadashiv or Mahashiv came into manifest, and he talks about the rest of this Upanishad. So, as I said, it has 2 parts: Vedantic philosophy and manifest versus unmanifest. We can look at the Shanti mantra of it. Other khandas or chapters we'll go through next. Atha Kenopanishad. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranas Chakshuhu Shrota Matho Balam Indriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahmopanishadam Ma Aham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakaroda Nirakarana Mastva Nirakaranam Meyastu Tadatmani Nirateya Upanishadsu Dharmaste Mayi Santu Te Mayi Santu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Literal meaning: may my limbs, speech, life force, sight, hearing, and all senses become full and strong. Everything there is the Brahman of the Upanishads. May Brahman never deny me, and may I never deny Brahman. May denial itself be denied by me. May the virtues of the Upanishads manifest in me, who delights in that self. Peace. So again, this Shanti mantra is to prepare ourselves to embrace Vedantic philosophy, the Nirguna Brahma. We cannot perceive the truth, but at least we can become strong. We can become all our senses, speech, life force become so good and full of strength that we can try to understand. And that Brahman, I mean, I am not going to deny that there is Brahma, but Brahma at the same time must not deny me also. That means I am ready to understand what Brahma is, or I am ready to experience what Brahma is, but Brahma don't go away from me. So it's again a prayer to self that okay, whatever happens, I must reach the truth. I must not stop. When I get some siddhi, I may stop, but no. Hanumanji had Ashtasiddhi, no Nidhi, but he did not stop there. He wanted Ram, God only, and he could show within himself that there is God in me. So don't stop at the siddhi, just keep going until the truth is experienced. It cannot be perceived, but you know that okay, you had that experience. So Brahma, don't deny me. That means don't stop me. I must not stop until I get the truth. My denial itself denied. I have tendency to deny. When we change house, a new place, we always deny, oh, the old one was good. So when we get new experience, oh, the old one was good, this is not good. So that denial itself deny me. I must not stop, keep going. And again, the virtues of the Upanishads, whatever Upanishad teaches us, it manifests. These are the words. Until those words become our practice, our sadhana, we must not stop. So it manifests. It becomes our breath. And again, delight in that self, Atma. I must find joy there. And that will become my truth. That will become my experience. Again, nobody can say what that experience is. We can only describe light, but what is within light, we cannot describe. And we'll stop here. But